Hi, I'm Sharyn Johnston. I'm the CEO and founder of Australian Tea Masters, and I am here with actually not only a very good friend of mine, but a very interesting person in the tea industry. And there are two reasons for that. One, she is a co-founder along with me, I think, and there's quite a few of us, set up the European Specialty Tea Association, and she's now the vice president, I think. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Yes, and the other amazing thing about her is she has the only tea garden in Denmark. So that's made her very special because Denmark is really not known for tea. So anyway, I really want to ask Alexis Kaae, to tell us a little bit about, firstly, your tea garden and why you went crazy to do such a thing.
So when we couldn't travel, I decided I'm going to do it with my time. So my husband said, well, you always wanted to do a tea garden. So I went ahead. And we actually, when we were traveling in China, he actually found a place for me. And he said, how about moving out here? No, I don't want to move out here. I don't want to leave my lovely home. And he says, but I think you should have a look at it. So I went out to have a look at it, and I said, if we can grow tea here, because it's on like sort of hills. There's no hills in Denmark, there is in my garden. So he said, if they can grow tea on the hills, then maybe. So we contacted the university in Aarhus, in Faulum, who has a soil expert, one of the leading soil experts in Europe. And he came out, he did some tests. He said, yeah, could I also have a Chinese friend who grows tea in Guizhou? And she said, it needs to have all these certain things, and it did. And he says, if you don't buy this piece of land for your tea, I will buy it for growing wine. So I bought the land.
Oh.
And then after that, we bought the house. And then
yes, because grapes and tea and coffee, all very similar in the terroir, aren't they? But the one thing about Denmark, of course, it gets very, very cold. So you had to be careful of the cultivar.
So because we're in a special permaculture, it's like a natural park. And it has rare plants there as well. So it has a slightly warmer temperature in the winter. So I thought, well, probably be able to cope with the plants. The problem is the first year I got all my plants, I got like 2-year plants and I was ready to put in the garden, and I broke my leg.
And how many plants did you buy initially?
I bought 1,000.
1,000 plants.
1,000
and how
plants.
many survived?
Probably about 50.
50 out of 1,000.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And we're not finished yet because we don't know what's doing now. So out of the plants, but they sort of disappeared each year with a new problem. So the first year was because in the winter we had a very, very cold winter. We had like -12. And then during the day it'll go to +12. That's a difference between 24 degrees. And as you know, tea plants don't like big differences in temperature. So that took the first batch out. The ones that did survive the next year, then we had the drought in Denmark, right? So we had no rain for like 6 months.
And they died?
No, most of them died, but I didn't put an irrigation system in because you don't need an irrigation system in Denmark. Actually, you do now. So that took the next.
So out of your 1,000 plants, are there any of the originals?
Yeah, I've got about 50 originals, yeah.
Oh, 50 originals.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
And so have you invested in any more tea bushes?
Every year I've sown 1,000 new seeds.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have a huge polytunnel which is full of seeds. I've taken now sort of seedlings, some of them that big, some of them are really quite big. And we take them out in the summer because it's just too hot in there. But otherwise, during the winter, they're in the polytunnel. And we're trying to sort of re-establish the tea garden, so we're building it up every year. And we're trying to choose cultivars now they're still seedlings, that could withstand the temperature. So those 50 plants that have survived the 4 years, we will start doing cuttings, and then we'll have a cultivar then.
That's exciting.
So they should be able to they can withstand the climate change we've had the last 5 years or 4 years, that we should be able to, they're worth investing in.
So you become actually quite a famous person in Denmark for your only tea garden.
I'm called the tea lady.
The tea lady.
Oh yeah,
and you
the tea
also
lady.
educate in tea as well.
Yeah.
And you've done a lot of tea travels. I mean, I know we've passed paths many times
Yeah.
with our judging, and we're here at the Vine Festival in China, where we were only in Thailand a couple of weeks ago.
That's true, yeah.
with the forum, but yeah, we've been lucky enough to pass each other many times, and you've got a lot of experience in tea. So what is your favourite tea in the world, Alexis?
Gingermay. Gingermay, the original from Tongmu. I love that tea, but it's so expensive. And even though people say, oh, this is Gingermay, because I was there in 2008 when they started discovering it, it's not the genuine article.
Yeah.
So when I get the genuine article, I just go absolutely crazy. I love it, and it costs a fortune. But that is my favourite tea.
Oh, okay. So, and with the European Specialty Tea Association, I mean, that's a great organisation now that's being formed for specialty teas, particularly in Europe. And tell me, what are some of the things you'd like to achieve with European Specialty Tea Association?
Yeah. We want to work more with the farmers, right? Because specialty tea is all about the farmers, it's all about the tea masters. So that's definitely something we want to work with. We want to work with European tea growers because they're in the stage now where they're growing tea, and some of them are producing really amazing teas in Europe. But not just European tea growers all over the world, but small artisan.
Yeah, we have that same thing in our heart. You know, you know me, I'm the same. I love to support small farmers. And I think, you know, I really believe, I think the European Specialty Tea Association is really good. And I mean, you know, with World Tea Academy, we've actually built a special course for small tea farmers because it's very difficult for them in isolated regions to learn as well. And so is there anything, how do you see the industry? I mean, what have you thought about, you know, we were in Thailand and it was very interesting to see this got such a small tea thing, but they've got so much potential.
Yeah. I really believe that the world is changing, and specialty tea will grow.
Yeah.
I do believe that, and I've always believed that, but I think now we're feeling the change because the tea industry is producing the large commercial teas. People are sort of deciding to go for more specialty, in the same way they did with coffee. So I think it's going to change within the next couple of years.
I agree, and I think that particularly one of the things is the English breakfast. Like we both feel quite passionate about that. Is that English breakfast? You know, everywhere you go, you get offered English breakfast, Earl Grey, chamomile, peppermint. And the thing is, no one can tell you anything about where the origins of their English breakfast. So we're trying very hard to make origin become important like it is in coffee. And I think once we do that, we help small farmers, because when you talk about origin, you talk about the small farmers. And that is something that in an English breakfast blend, you can have like 40, 50 different teas going from CTC to dust, and it's all ground up in a tea bag. And that's not where we want to be.
We want to go where the wine industry is, right? Provenance is key.
It is, and it's the same as coffee. Provenance is key in coffee as well. So anyway, I'm lucky to be with my friend again, and I really enjoyed interviewing you, Alexis. Yeah, thank you very much. So I hope you've enjoyed all that. That's Alexis Kaae from Denmark, with the only tea garden in Denmark, and also Vice President of European Specialty Tea Association. Thank you.
Thank you, folks.